Thank you very much, Jess, for condensing 150 pages rich report into a 12-minute presentation. That's always a very difficult exercise. May I please invite the speaker and the commentators to take their chairs. So we'll start with, on the left side, with Lynnette, please, and please use the microphones.
So it was an enormous task to present that, but it's also an enormous task to pick a point for comment. Start a little bit general and then maybe get into a couple of specific points. First of all, an enormous congratulations. It is a massive amount of information and a resource, both in terms of understanding the burden that we're trying to address and having a lot of central resources in a central location, which is a huge resource both for country policymakers as well as for those of us who are working in international organizations. You've presented enormous opportunities and significant challenges, and I think you've made that plea in the report. The team has made the plea, and I think we should need to reiterate it, that that challenge shouldn't be an excuse for inaction. On the contrary, it should be a motivation for action. And again, you've made some very concrete examples and calls to action, and some very good examples of experience and where those have been effective. I think I just want to call out a little bit related to the research that you are calling to, and the fact that you're specifically highlighting the importance of acting even where evidence is weak and absent, and for us to ensure that we don't become crippled on the complexity of the things that we're trying to approach and the lack of evidence. The nutrition community hasn't always been particularly willing to do that. So I think this is a really strong and important call that needs to be brought back to the nutrition community very clearly. And it's okay for us to do that once, but not twice. So to me, a big part of the call that you've made here is not only for to act in the absence of evidence, but to generate that evidence and to ensure that the actions that we're doing, we're evaluating them, and we are doing that in a manner that the next time around, we don't have to act in the absence of evidence. So in terms of a couple of opportunities to do that, I'm really pleased to hear that you did the launch at IUNS, the link between the research communities such as the International Union of Nutritional Sciences, which is a national, for those of you who don't know, is an international association of nutrition associations. So national associations are members of that. And they haven't always been particularly well linked with some of these other global efforts in terms of bringing the challenges that we are facing in the global and the development community to the table and trying to motivate the right research to get responded to. So I think that's a link that is huge potential to push the nutrition community towards addressing some of the challenges that you're talking about here, and motivating the research that needs to get done to do that. So I think there's several other opportunities to link with the broader nutrition community, and I think if the risks of not and the research community, and I'm going to focus a little bit there because I think my colleagues are better placed on some of the policy and development and so on. The nutrition community and the research donors in the nutrition community, a lot of them are moving in the direction of personalized nutrition, personalized medicine, and are continuing along a very medicalized model and bringing this front and center into the dialogue, the needs that we have here front and center into the dialogue of nutrition research and nutrition research funding is a really, really critical addition that I think we can draw out a little bit more and find a way to bring that into the dialogue. I think I'm going to probably have taken most of my 5 minutes and hope we can come back to talk about that some more.